Henry Ford once said, "The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing." Since I started my business back in 1975, I was 22 years old, eager to meet people, provide insight, and take on the world. You may have known me as that 22-year-old young man. Since then, I have had the privilege of meeting with numerous people, tackling easy and complicated financial issues that many individuals and families face. The ironic thing is, most all the mistakes people made 50 years ago are still made today. In today's video, we are going to share with you these 8 mistakes that we still find today with our clients.
Mistake number 1, not starting early enough. Does it really make a difference when you start saving for retirement? Absolutely. Let's look at an example of 2 different investors. The first investor is young. They just started their career and they hope to retire at age 65 someday with $1 million nest egg. Let's assume a 10% annual return to keep things simple. How much will this young investor need to save? $142 a month. Now let's look at another investor. This investor waited to start saving for their $1 million nest egg at age 65. They didn't start until age 50. So they have 15 years to save. This investor would have to save $3,155 a month. So what's the difference? A whopping $496,332. So start early. Mistake number 2, 401k mistakes. And there's 3 big mistakes that many people do, so listen up. The first one is that 17.5 million Americans miss out on their company match. Find out what your employer does for their employer match. Make sure that you're taking advantage of it because that's free money on the table. Number 2 is that many people will change careers over their lifetime or different jobs, and they leave their old 401k or retirement account at their past employer. According to Kipler.com, there's $1.35 trillion that are left in these lost retirement accounts. I hope you don't have one. You might want to remember your past employers and make sure that you don't have one of these lost retirement accounts. And the third one is that a lot of people who leave past employers, they know there's not a significant amount in their 401k. So what do? A lot of times they will cash it out. There's always a reason that someone can justify cashing out your small 401k. Maybe it's to buy a truck, go on a trip, home improvements. But be careful because if you're under 59.5, you will also get a 10% penalty and you will pay tax on that. The other part of that is that you miss out on all those years of compounding interest and you using that money for future retirement income. Starting your Social Security too early is mistake number 3. Did you know that 1 in 3 Americans start their Social Security benefit at age 62, which is the earliest that most people can receive their Social Security? The problem is from age 62 to your actual full retirement age, which is right now about 66.5, that every year that you delay receiving your Social Security benefit, that it will increase by 6%. Plus, you get a cost of living adjustment. Now, if you can hold off receiving your Social Security until age 66 and a half, full retirement age, and you can push it back to the max, which is age 70. Every year that you can delay your Social Security benefit from that period, it jumps to increase 8% guarantee per year plus your cost of living adjustment. Another reason why you may want to delay is that it doesn't just affect your Social Security benefit, but your spouse's. And so in the event, if you were to pass away, your spouse would be locked in to receiving that Social Security benefit. So be careful. Another thing to consider is that maybe for you, you have a short life expectancy, or you've received some news that you don't have a long time to live, then absolutely turn on that Social Security and start getting your money that you've been paying into the system for all these years. So there's many factors to play in when you receive your Social Security. Make sure you have a plan and that it's right for you. Mistake number 4, not having an emergency fund. This is important throughout your adult life. We've all been there, whether it's your car, a water heater, or a medical bill. There will be emergencies that happen to all of us, and usually they cost more than what we hope they cost, but they're coming. So we need to be ready for them. The important thing is that before you retire, make sure you have at least 3 to 6 months of your income saved in a safe place that you can get to very easy, so that you're not having to take a loan or put it on a credit card. You have the cash to pay for those big emergencies that come up. Now, our retirees, this is so important that you keep that emergency fund, because a lot of people will retire and they have a big, nice IRA that they are getting their monthly income from in retirement, and that's awesome. The problem is that these emergencies are going to continue to happen in your life, and we'll have some people call and they will need money out of their IRA to pay for these emergencies, and it's their money. They can do that. The problem is that when they are taking those funds, they're paying tax on it. So that just increased maybe their tax bracket for the whole year. So be careful how it will affect your taxes. Another part that you need to make sure you understand is, yes, you can take that money, that big chunk of money for those emergencies, but what that just did, it made that nest egg that much smaller for your future income needs. So be careful when you're talking about having enough cash to pay for these unfortunate, costly, definite emergencies that come up in life.